Think back to when you were 10 years old. Do you remember summer vacation? It felt like a lifetime, didn't it? 2.5 months stretched out like an entire era. You had time to get bored, to invent new games, to forget what school even felt like. A single afternoon could hold an entire adventure. Now, think about last year. Where did it go? You blinked in January and suddenly you were buying holiday gifts again. The days blur together, the weeks vanish. You catch yourself saying things like, "Wait, it's July already?" Or, "Didn't we just celebrate your birthday?" You aren't imagining this. You aren't crazy. Time is speeding up, but the culprit isn't the universe. The rotation of the Earth hasn't changed. The thief that is stealing your time is sitting right inside your own skull. To understand why time is flying by, we first have to look at simple fractions. This is a concept known as the proportional theory, first put forward by philosopher Paul Janet in 1897. Imagine a 1-year-old baby. For that baby, 1 year is literally 100% of their entire existence. It is everything they have ever known. Now, look at an 8-year-old. For them, 1 year is only 12.5% of their life. It's a significant chunk, but they have a backlog of other years to compare it to. By the time you hit your 50th birthday, a single year is just 2% of your life. Because we measure the passing of time against the amount of time we have already lived, every new year feels incrementally shorter than the last one. When you are 50, waiting 1 year for something feels the exact same as a 5-year-old waiting a little over a month. But this mathematical proportion is only a tiny piece of the puzzle. The real reason time is slipping through your fingers has to do with how your brain records reality. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever driven home from work, pulled into your driveway, and suddenly realized you have no memory of the actual drive? You don't remember the traffic lights, the turns, or the other cars. It's like you teleported. That phenomenon is the key to why your life is speeding up. Your brain is a biological supercomputer, but it runs on a strict energy budget, consuming about 20% of your body's energy. To conserve power, your brain constantly looks for patterns so it can switch over to autopilot. When you were a kid, nothing was on autopilot. Everything was brand new. The first time you saw the ocean, the first time you rode a bike, your first crush. Because these experiences were novel, your brain had to pay close attention. It recorded all the rich, dense data of those moments. When you look back on your childhood, you are looking at a highly detailed, massive hard drive full of files. And because there is so much data, your brain translates that into duration. Lots of memories equal a long time. But as an adult, you've seen it all. You know how the grocery store works. You know exactly what your commute looks like. Your brain doesn't need to record these details anymore, so it simply deletes them to save energy. If you do the exact same thing on Tuesday that you did on Monday, your brain doesn't create a new memory. It just uses Monday's file. Entire weeks, months, and years can pass by without your brain writing down any significant new data. When you look back at the past year, your brain searches the hard drive, finds very few new files, and concludes, well, not much happened, so that must not have taken very long. Routine is the enemy of time. If the psychology of routine wasn't enough, there is an actual physical change happening in your biology right now. Think of your eyes and your brain like a video camera. When you are young, your neural pathways are incredibly fast. You are capturing a massive amount of visual data in every second of real time. It's like a camera shooting at 60 frames per second. But as we age, our neural networks grow more complex, they branch out, and frankly, they undergo a little bit of wear and tear. The electrical signals have to travel further, and they meet more resistance. Because of this, it takes your brain slightly longer to process the images your eyes are sending it. Your biological camera drops from 60 frames per second down to maybe 30 frames per second. Because you are processing fewer frames of reality per second, the physical world literally appears to be moving faster around you. You are taking in less information, so the clock on the wall seems to be ticking in double time. So, the math is against you. Your routine is deleting your memories, and your biology is dropping its frame rate. Is it hopeless? Is life just going to be a blur from here until the end? Absolutely not. You can fight back. Think about the last time you traveled somewhere completely new. The first day or two probably felt incredibly long, right? You were navigating a new airport, hearing a new language, eating food you'd never tasted. Your brain was forced off autopilot. It had to turn the cameras back on and record everything. You can manufacture this effect in your everyday life. You don't have to fly to Tokyo to slow down time. You just have to inject novelty into your routine. Drive a completely different route to work tomorrow. Brush your teeth with your non-dominant hand. Read a book about a topic you know nothing about. Force your brain to wake up. Force it to write new data to the hard drive. Time is only an illusion created by your memories. If you want to live a longer life, you don't necessarily need to add more years to your lifespan. You just need to add more firsts to your years. Stop living on autopilot. Break the routine. Go out there and give your brain something worth remembering.
Give this video a thumbs up, share it with all of your friends, and dynamic content is waiting right down below, so make sure that you hit that subscribe button.